We felt like we've been banging our head against a brick wall for quite a long time because FIFA don't take any notice. But we did an undercover investigation into the corrupt practices before the ballots for the 2022 and 2018 World Cups. And that exposed that the way to win a World Cup, to become the host of a World Cup, was that you had to pay bribes. And we've gone on since then. Last summer we got an absolutely huge tranche of documents, emails, documents, all sorts of interesting allegations came out of that. And what we were able to construct from all of that was a clear picture of how a man called Mohammed bin Hammam, who was Qatar's top football official, had paid bribes and plotted to bring the World Cup to Qatar.
So that's the 2018 World Cup bid. Of course, the 2022 World Cup bid implicated as well. Going back as far as 2010, could it possibly go back further? I mean, US authorities have been saying this is 2 generations of soccer officials involved in this corruption.
Yeah, sorry, I think the Qatar is 2022 and Russia went to 2018. Yeah, absolutely. One of the things that we've just written a book, The Ugly Game, the Qatari plot to buy the World Cup, and in it we extensively research past World Cups as well, and throughout the book it's amazing the number of allegations there have been over the years about how World Cups have been won through nefarious practices. And in fact, you know, when we did our undercover work, there was a lot of information on our undercover tapes which suggested that previous World Cups had been won and fairly with bribes. And we handed all that to FIFA, and they didn't investigate.
And Jonathan, perhaps you can explain to us how the man at the very top, Sepp Blatter, the man who's in charge of this organisation described as systemic and deep-rooted in its corruption, remains untouched and set to enter a 5th term as president.
Well, it's quite extraordinary that he continues, really, given that he's presided over this complete mess. But it's a simple formula. There are 209 football federations around the world. They each get 1 vote. 150 of them are financially dependent on FIFA. And if you want to win their votes, what you say to them is, I'm going to double your fees next time I'm elected. And he's done that very successfully over the years. And they're incredibly grateful to him for doing that.
So despite all this, if the elections do go ahead on Friday, do you think there'll still be strong support for Sepp Blatter to stay on as president?
I would imagine it would be, yes, because he's very, very strong in Africa and very strong Asian support, and he also has a lot of support in the Caribbean, and that's enough to carry him home.
Given what you've uncovered at the Sunday Times and given what we've seen today developing in this story, where do you think this investigation is going? US authorities saying this is just the beginning, not the end. In years to come, do you think this will be seen as the day that changed football?
Well, it does feel a little like the dam's opening now, and that the Americans have actually made a significant breakthrough. And I think one of the big breakthroughs is to get one of the sort of the FIFA stalwarts, one of the sort of the men at the top table, a man called Sepp Blatter, who's the top American football official. And they've turned him, and he's somebody who's lived in this world, seen all the bribes for something like, I'd say, around about sort of 16 years at FIFA's top table, and for him to be talking to them and going as far as wearing a wire and going around and secretly recording all his fellow FIFA executive members is quite incredible. So they've probably got quite a lot of information there, I would have thought.
OK, Jonathan Calvert from the Sunday Times. This story is only just beginning. Thank you very much for talking to us here on Sky News Tonight. Thank you.